getting that little showbiz face there.
Give me a 1, 2, 3 or something.
You mean
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, and then.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm used to
Can you hear me now?
camera all by myself in my classroom.
Have you?
Empty room teaching.
What's the song this morning?
Life is magic. Good. Yeah, you know that.
Words on the piano.
Yeah. Should we move that stuff in the piano? Is that okay?
Yes. You ready?
I tell you what.
Good morning, Harmony Spiritual Center. We are so glad you are with us today on this cheerful, rainy morning. So please stand and join us in singing. Remember, nobody can hear you right now, so sing as loud as you want. All right. Please join us in our opening song, Life is Magic.
Life is simply infinitely magic. Open your eyes, you'll see the way.
Let your life be magic every day.
Life is special
When it's
of you. Life is simply infinitely magic. Open your heart, you'll feel the way. Let your life be magic every day.
life is treasure,
Such a pleasure. Life is simply infinitely magic. Open your mind, you'll know the way. Let your life be magic every day. Let your life be magic every day. Let your life be magic every day.
Woohoo! All right. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. I am your fellowship leader this morning. Oh, yeah, that's what we call it. I'm Carter Tiernan. I'm one of the board members here at Harmony. And we'd like to welcome you to join us today. If you've pulled the PDF down on Facebook, you can see the welcome message. You can text to get on our mailing list and join us. And we're going to open this morning with a short prayer. Mother, Father, God, we know that you are in us and in everything and in everyone, and that we are all connected, whether we can see each other every day or not, whether we hear each other every day or not, that we are still all connected and all one. And we wish and hope and believe that everything is in divine order. We have the highest and the best of everything. And so, with grateful thanks, we say amen. So, we don't have too many announcements today. You can see the back is blank, bummer. Okay. Make sure that you're staying connected with your Harmony Fellowship members, I keep saying fellowship, Harmony Spiritual Center members, with your friends, with your family. Stay connected. That's really important, and we know it's important. If you need something and you don't know what it is, give us a call. We can help, okay? So don't forget, keep in touch with everybody during this stressful time. So now together, let's say our affirmations. Affirming that spirit is our source, the purpose of Harmony Spiritual Center is to be joyously inclusive, spiritually enlightening, and life transforming. The principles of Harmony Spiritual Center are inclusiveness, integrity, humility, compassion, transparency, and generosity. And now we will have our chant. The chant is, I am that I am. I am that I am, has certainty to this now moment. Here I am that I am, has certainty to this now moment. Here I am, to be the voice and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth. To be the voice and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth. I am that I am, has certainty to this now moment. Here I am that I am, has certainty to this now moment. Here I am, to be the voice and to be the heart in which heaven is made known on earth. To be the voice and to be the heart through which heaven is made known on earth. I am that I am.
Now it's time for our meditation. So as you sit in a comfortable position, breathing, just breathe down into your stomach. Imagine you're a 6-month-old baby lying in a crib. You breathe in, down into your stomach, and then breathe out a few cleansing breaths. And as you're sitting and breathing, imagine about 18 inches above your head, there's a golden light. And this light is shining down onto you, and it's flowing down through you, down to the ground. So this helps us to know we are of heaven and of earth. And as you breathe, thank Mother Earth. Thank Father Sky. Thank the directions of the north, east, south, and west. From each direction, up and down, energy flows to us as we breathe in. So as you take a breath in, breathe it in from all these directions. And as you breathe out in all these directions, to the earth, to the sky, across the universe. In this time that we are currently in, many people are experiencing fear, which is natural. So when we remember to breathe, we change our fear. When we breathe, we are present in this moment. And in this moment, all that there is spirit. This spirit flows through us and flows from us. So as you go about your week, connect with other people with a phone call, with a handwritten letter, with an email, a text, a video chat, however you might choose to do it. Reach out to others. Share the light of God that is in you and connect with the light of God that is in others. And each time we breathe in God. Each time we breathe out God. Share your God love today, tomorrow, and this week. So as you're thinking of people that you are connected with, if there's anyone you want to send some extra special blessings to, say their name out loud. Put it into the universe. All prayers are answered. So it is.
I can introduce myself. I'm Hale Baskin, and I'm the special guest singer this morning. And I'm really happy to be here with you guys, and I want to sing two of my favorite songs that have meant so much to me over the last month and a half. And the first one is my favorite hymn, and I hope I can make it through, because it is my whole heart right now. Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions, they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter, above. Join with all nature in manifold witness to thy great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth, thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide, strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hale, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And I'd like to welcome our illustrious spiritual leader, PJ Stanley, for the message today.
Woo, the crowd roars. Thank you. Thank you, Carter. Hail, wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us today. Good morning, beloved Harmony family and friends. Thank you so much for joining us here on our live streaming of our service. We know that we are anxious to get back together and connect, but we are still in our shelter-in-place orders right now until the 30th, and we will revisit how we can and when we will come back together. I got a text the other day from one of our members, and they said, when did this start? How long have we been sheltering in place and not able to come? And I looked back on our videos on Facebook, and I thought, oh, well, March the 15th, Sunday, March the 15th was our first, I want to call it like a fireside chat, essentially our live streaming with no members in the building. March the 15th. So it's been well over a month. And it is a time where we are unable to do the things that we would normally do. I shared with you all a newsletter that I read. It's called The Good Stuff from CNN. And it just has all kinds of wonderful stories about what is happening across the country and across the world as we deal with all that is happening while we cannot be face to face. I want to read you this little piece. It's just so wonderful. It says, there are so many kinds of silence. Some of the silences are lonely, empty streets where there used to be bustling crowds. A quiet afternoon which should have been filled with laughter and conversation with family and friends. But silence can be incredibly healing. It forces you to focus your mind on other things. Maybe your own innermost thoughts, or just the sound of the wind rustling through the trees. No matter where you find your silence, one thing we know for sure. The moment you become totally, completely at peace with the silence, someone down the street is going to start up a leaf blower. That's what's going to happen. And that's okay. That is okay. Ken said, don't make me laugh now. I'm still just getting out of surgery. But so I wanted to share a little bit of humor as we go through. This is such a time for us to go within and to look at what it is that we want to do, because we're so busy when we're out and about and we can see each other face to face, we get busy. This has forced us to calm down, to take another look, to see what are all the things we're absolutely getting involved in. And so I'm going to be talking, the next couple of weeks, couple of Sundays. My talk will be about the marriage of principles and practices. Principles and practices. And principles are the laws, the things that guide us in our lives, that show us who we are and how we want to show up. And they apply across the board and universally to everyone and everything. And so we want to talk about our practices and our spirituality, our spiritual principles. And one of the things that informs our practices is being self-aware, which is why I wanted to bring up the reading that I just did about what we can do in the silence, what we can do in the silence while we have time. And what we can do is to become self-aware about who it is we are and why we do what we do and what is important to us. Now is a perfect time to determine, to just stop for a moment and breathe and determine what is truly important to us and how we just kind of show up habitually and who we are and what we believe, looking at our internal and external dialogues and how we speak to ourselves. I am naturally a hugger, so this I think all of us in Harmony Spiritual Center, we are huggers. It's so difficult to, nope, jazz hands. It's very difficult for us not to hug. So I'm naturally a hugger. I've always been one. My entire family is a hugger. So I just hug everybody. I go, hug, 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 hug. I've always done that. Until someone asked me one time, how do you know that person wants to be hugged? How do you know that? That's a valid question, one that I never asked myself. I just assumed, and we know from the 4 agreements, never assume. Let go of your assumptions. And so I started to ask myself, why do you do that? Why do you just naturally hug? That's my way of loving people. But I don't know what someone's story is, right? Everybody has a story. I have no idea what story they're bringing to the table as I go to put my arms around them. I have no idea. And so from that self-reflection, when that question was asked, I had to reflect and say, how else can you love someone? Because if I'm hugging someone and that's not love for them, I'm not actually doing what I think I'm doing, right? And so now is a good time to start reflecting on what it is we do and why. Everything we do begins with self-awareness and discovery. Discovery. Self-awareness and discovery. When we do and we become self-aware, it brings to our awareness, our consciousness, why we do what we do. As I said, I hug because it's my way of showing love, but when I reflected on it, it didn't necessarily work for everyone. That's why I did it. But if that's what I want to do is show love, there's other ways. So I get to look at that and re-examine how I'm showing love. It reflects upon our internal dialogues. Who has ever had some critic in your mind telling you how you can't do something? How every time you go to do something, that voice says, oh, you know you can't do that. You tried it once before and you failed miserably. Why would you do it again? And normally that voice belongs to someone we know, a parent, a sibling, a supposed friend, possibly a teacher. And how many of us have committees in our head, several voices telling us what we can or cannot do? I love this quote from Jean Le Carre. He's obviously you guys know him, he's an author. He says this: a committee is an animal with 4 back legs. A committee is an animal with 4 back legs. You don't need a committee. You already know. And so I'm going to be talking about our principles to tell you why you already know. You don't need to ask outside yourself, and you don't need to listen to the critic in your head because you're already perfect and you already know the truth. How do we get to the truth is the question. And then we also get to excavate our hidden beliefs. What did I believe I was doing when I was hugging? That's not true. Everybody hugs. My family hugs. Doesn't everybody hug? Isn't that what? See, we have these beliefs that aren't necessarily true for everyone. So we get to look at our hidden beliefs. And I tell you, if you have a belief that you're not worthy to be paid for what you do, and there are a lot of people that have a difficult time taking money for what they do, particularly if it's something they love to do. If it's something they love to do, have a hard time taking money for it. But how are you going to, can you imagine that you are trying to perhaps get a job or get somewhere, perhaps get a raise, and you have a belief that you're not worthy to get paid? It's probably something you want to figure out before you ask for the raise, right? Before you go and get the gig. You probably want to know that about yourself. So these are the things that we get to do. So self-awareness is the foundation of our conscious choices. When we are self-aware, we begin to have this willingness to do the work that is necessary. And we hear this all the time: do the work, do the work, do the work. Particularly if you are in any sort of an AA situation, it's always about doing the work. The work is simply about going inside and talking to yourself and finding out what you believe and releasing what doesn't work for you anymore. It's not good or bad, it just is. And we get to define and take a look at, as we're looking at ourselves and what we think or believe, what is no longer working or serving us. And we get to release that. We get to let it go. So, and we have a great song that I listen to myself. I listen in my head. That's a voice in my head that I love, songs. And there's a song that we do that when I'm trying to forgive someone, my feelings are hurt, and I need to forgive someone, it says, you could just lay it down. You could just lay it down. You don't have to live with it. Lay it down. Lay it down. So my talk title for today is Illuminated Consciousness. Illuminated consciousness. That is our own consciousness. And we shine a light on what we're thinking about, what we're actually doing from habit, and what we really believe. What we really believe. So as we are, I want to talk to you just a little bit about, again, how we excavate and why it's so difficult to do so. You all sent me, Harmony Spiritual Center, my family and members, you sent me to a leadership class that was in New York for 8 months. It is coming to an end this week. I'm graduating. Thank you all for sending me. I learned a lot going through it. But one of the first things they asked us to do was write out what your vision is. What is your vision? And I needed to write a vision for myself. What's my personal vision? And what's my thoughts and my vision for this center? What's my vision for this center? And the questions I started to ask myself to understand what my vision is, and these are the steps you can take to understand what your vision is I want to, why? Why is a question that is so good. Why do I want to be a spiritual leader? Why do I want that? And I began to think about, here is my reason. Because I believe firmly, I know it for sure, that everyone on this planet was born with gifts. That if they were to discover what those gifts are and use them in service to themselves and to others, they would be completely, joyously happy. I know it for sure. The problem is this, a couple of problems. We don't just have one gift. Spirit is abundant. We have lots of gifts. I can sing, I can write, I can speak. What is my gift to use in service? The second problem is, what is your gift? The second problem is, your gift comes so easily to you, you don't even realize it's a gift. You think everybody can do it because it's so easy. My mother used to get on my nerves when I would say, Mom, this cake, pie, whatever she made, she was an excellent cook. Mom, this is delicious. How did you make that? It's so easy. You just want yourself like a cup of water and a bag of beans. She's making beans. And it's a couple things. Oh, yeah. And then you also want to put in some meat, and then you want to, whatever else she adds, and she's finished. And then you also want to do this, that. And she added about 10 ingredients or 20 ingredients from the beginning when she said this is simple. And then she would say, and then the final thing, the coup de grace, she would say, and then just season it to taste. Oh, I hated that. Taste like what? Caca? Because that's what my food ended up tasting like. Not at all like hers. Because it was so easy for her, she thought everybody could do it. She didn't think it was a big deal. But she was a genius at cooking. She could just taste it and know what was missing. She could just taste it. So your gift comes so easily for you. But here's what I discovered. The gift that is mine and to do in service. And this might be a clue for the gift that is yours. What I do everywhere I go, and everyone I'm involved in, is to love people. I absolutely adore people. I love your stories. I can see God in you. I know who you are and what you're capable of. I know it. It's in my heart. And it brings me to tears to be around you. It really does. That is my gift to use in service because it is with me everywhere. I would travel with my parents, my father, because I told you guys before, he was in the military. And I didn't discover this until I was about 40, 45, and I'm giving away my age, but you guys already know how old I am. And everywhere we went, I just thought it was fabulous. I loved the people. I loved learning their languages. I loved their food. I loved everything about them, their stories. And so I'm at a family reunion one time, and I'm sitting around telling that story about how, we all love to travel. It was so great. And my sister said, I'm going to stop you right there. We absolutely do not all love traveling. I said, we didn't? Who didn't? None of us. You're the only one. Seriously. Seriously. That's how your gift is. It's so simple, so easy, so much a part of you that you think everybody does it, and you don't think it's special. But I'm telling you it is. It's special. So take this time now to discover, to recommit to who you are and what you do well. I guarantee you have something great. If you're using it now, just recommit. Take this time to see where you want to take it and how you want to take it to another level. So that's what we're doing today. We're discovering our vision and mission. It takes courage. Can you put that slide up for me, please? It takes courage to discover who you are. He's put up on the, for you that are watching on Facebook, you probably see this slide right now. For you guys, I'm going to read it to you. This is the map of consciousness. The map of consciousness. I should have put in the, but it's from Power versus Force, the book Power versus Force. And it just has all this list, and I only put the short list of our God views, our emotions, and all of that. And right here, where courage starts, is where positivity starts in your life. Everything starts with courage. And then it goes up from there. You get courage. Courage affirms who you are. Trust, you go up the ladder from there. Trust, and you become optimistic, and you forgive, and you become understanding, and you have reverence for others, and revelation, bliss. All of those things happen, but it starts with courage. What's below courage is fear, pride, all of the things that stop you from being who you are. The map of consciousness tells us everything starts with courage. And that's why I'm talking today about self-discovery. It is not easy, believe me, because you want to believe that where you are is perfect, and it is. I don't want to say that it's not, but we are evolving. We have to be. We're not the babies we were. We're not the people we were at 6, 10, 20. I'm not going to go on. All right? Because we're evolving. We've experienced some things. We have more knowledge. We have a lot. And so, of course, we're not going to try to stay with the information and the way that we were at 6, or the way that I was when I was first married at 21. What do you know? What do you know? Other than you're so in love. And love is going to fix it all. Right. Right. True love does. True love does. Romantic love does not. True love fixes everything, because true love is God love. Okay? It fixes everything. So I'm just going to talk really quickly about what our beliefs, our principles, and our practices are. Principle number 1, and we are, by the way, talking about this in our Foundations class, our Foundations in Truth, which we have every Thursday at 6 p.m. So I send out a newsletter. If you're not on the newsletter list, please email me, Reverend PJ AE at gmail.com, and I'll put you on our newsletter list so you'll know what the events are that's happening for us right now. But we are having that class. So principle number 1 is oneness, one reality. We are all part of the one. There is only one. We don't believe in duality. We don't believe in a good or bad or evil presence. There is only the presence of God. God is ... And you can follow it with whatever else you want to say. But God is. That's the first thing we know. That is our reality. We know that. And when we know that, when we get that, we understand if there is only God, then it's infinite source and infinite possibility. And people ask, well, how are we in this particular situation? Because there's only God. And what we think about, we bring forth. We are powerful beings in terms of creating our lives. If we create and think about what we want to come in, not what we fear, but what we want to come in, that's what comes in, what we want. And even if we think about what we're fearful of, that's what comes in. That's what comes in. So we keep our consciousness and our vibration high. On God can bring whatever we ask for and think about and claim, right? That's what God does. So we know this. We practice the presence of seeing God in everything. Not the appearance of something, illness, not the appearance of disease, but the reality that everything is perfect. Because God is. God is. Our principle number 2 is that you are God, right? That's our number 2. We are the physical embodiment, the individual expression of God on this planet. All of us. This is a universal principle. It's a law, everyone. And I don't care how they're showing up. And you want to look at them and go, that can't be God. It is. Everything is. Everything is. And so we get to view them. We get to shine a light on the truth from our perspective. It changes everything. You view someone from a place of you knowing they are good inherently, it changes how they feel about themselves. And you're not doing it to change them. You're doing it because it's the truth, because you know the truth. Yeah? That's our second principle. Principle number 3 is that we co-create our lives. If we are God incarnate, if we are the individual expressions of God, we have the ability to create, co-create with God. We're not all of God. We are the individual expression of God. So we get to co-create our own lives. Again, why self-examination and self-aware helps you to have the life you want. Because you're consciously aware and consciously drawing in what you want and not what you fear. We look at what we want. We look at what we want. Principle number 4 is that we have, as I said earlier, we don't need critics in our heads and we don't need committees because we have direct revelation of the truth from God. Why? Because we are. Because we are the I am. The truth is in us. The truth is in us. And we practice prayer and meditation so we can hear that voice of God. Because there are critics in our head. There are. From our past and wherever it comes from. But the voice of God is the voice that knows the truth, knows your future, and knows where you need to be unfolding into. What's your next best life? God knows this. And anytime I have a decision to make, and it's an important decision about where my life is going to unfold, I ask Spirit, is this the right step for me now? And I wait for the answers. I just wait. It'll come quietly in the middle of the morning, in the middle of the night. It'll come and you will know it because it resonates. The truth in you, with direct revelation of truth, resonates in your whole body and you know it's the truth. You know it. So, principle number 5, I love this one. Heaven is within. There is no place out there, no place down here. We create our own heaven and hell, if you wish. That's the word you want to use. But we create that. And to me, that is the power. That is the power of knowing God. That I can say at any time, I'm done. Lay it down. I don't want this life. I don't want this thing. I'm letting it go. I don't need this. I see something better for me because I'm worthy. You are worthy. You are the I am. Everything belongs to you. Everything on this planet you pull into you as you see that you are worthy. And so we examine what we're thinking and how we show up in the world. So this is about the marriage of our principles and our practice. As we see these truths, we behave differently. I cannot look at another person and know that they are God, that we are God, that they co-create, and number 1, feel like I need to fix them. If we co-create and they are God, what am I to do? I don't need to fix anything. They're exactly where they are, where they need to be for their lives. It's their choice. It's my choice. And if I don't like something, if you don't like something, you can change it. You can decide. Now, I'm not saying it happens like that. Don't hear me. It's not a magic wand. There are things that have to be excavated, and they don't want to leave because they've helped you. They've served you in the past. They're not serving you now, and they don't want to leave, but you hold strong, and you declare your new truth. Declare your new truth. That's what we get to do. Declare the new truth. So the purpose of our practices is to embody our spiritual principles, to embody the laws that govern our lives. There's no point in reading, reading many, many books and not taking it in, owning the information that is yours to own. There's no point in reading if you're not taking it in and doing something with it, with your life. That is the point. This is an active relationship with God, an active unfolding of our lives. So take this time right now. Take this time that we have. We don't know how long this is going to be. It's not going to be forever. It feels like it now, but when we look back on it, it won't be that long. It'll be a blip. And we've had time to think about how we want to be now, how we want to be. So how do you want to be? Discover. Recommit. What is your vision? And when you discover what your vision is, you'll know what your mission is. My vision is that I think and I believe everyone has a gift. My mission then is to help people discover that, to shine a light on it when I see it, to encourage. That's my mission. That's what I do. What is yours? That's up to you. That's up to you. So thank you so much for being here this morning, for being here with this. Sit with it for a while. It's kind of heavy stuff. But this is what we do. We are prepared for this time right now. Those of us standing in faith are prepared to be here. We know what to do. We know what to do. So become your highest and best and greatest person in life right now. That's what this time is. It's a gift. It's a gift. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And so now it's time for our offering. So we'll have our offering blessing. I'm looking to Carter for these words. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all I receive. Thank you, God. Thank you, Carter. And I am grateful. So she just reminded me, and I am grateful. Thank you so much.
Well, I, for one, am exactly where I need to be this morning. It's funny how that works. This is another song that means a lot to me lately, and it's called The Bones, and it's so relevant. It's almost like we planned it. Yeah. We're in the home stretch of the hard times. We took a hard left, but we're all right. Yeah, life sure can try to put love through it, but we build this right, so nothing's ever gonna move it when the bones are good. The rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know every storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good. Yeah. Call it dumb luck, but baby, you and I can't even mess it up, though we both try. No, it don't always go the way we planned it, but the wolves came and went, and we're still standing. When the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel, the glass could shatter. Let it rain, 'cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know every storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good. When the bones are good. When the bones are good, the rest, ooh, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel the glass, ooh, the glass could shatter. Yeah, the bones are good, the rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel the glass. Ooh, the glass could shatter. Yeah, the bones are good. The rest don't matter. Yeah, the pain could peel. The glass could shatter. Let it rain. 'Cause you and I remain the same. When there ain't a crack in the foundation, baby, I know every storm we're facing will blow right over while we stay put. The house don't fall when the bones are good. Oh, when the bones are good, they're good. Thanks, Ken.
Thank you. And so we just want to have our offering blessing, say thank you so much, God. We bless these, your gifts. And we bless those in the giving, those who had not but desire to. We bless all of you. We bless all the giving. And it is good. And so it is. Amen. And so we're going to take a little bit of time. Can you guys just play a little music? We're going to do a little Facebook chat. So can you guys just get on, do a like, say hello to each other just really quickly. We're just going to do a minute or two of some music and say hi to each other. It's so good to see you. You guys want to come up? Let's just dance together. Oh, yeah, nice. Little darling, like it.
Would you like to tell them how to text?
Yes. All right. It's good to see you guys here on Facebook. We can't be face to face, at least we can be on Facebook to Facebook. Jazz hands. Nice. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ken and Igor, for being here this morning. Thank you. Always. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Jim, Aaron. Thank you, guys. I think we're using some kind of a new piece of equipment, so hopefully you guys heard us better out there in Facebook land. Thank you, Carter, for being here this morning. David, thank you. You want to get? Mm-hmm. Sure. Yes, please.
I'm going to show you guys how to text a donation. So, Jim, you tell me where to.
That's all right.
Tell me where to stand.
Come over. Little extra donation this week.
Play for the equipment.
That's right.
You see my mom? So, that's why you want me to be closer. Come closer.
Let me get a little closer. It's all right. We just had so many questions about how to text, so we're just going to try to do this real quick. Some direction.
So I'm going to
Over.
put in this number 84321. Okay. So I'm putting in the search because I've done this before.
And this is if you want a text to give.
321. Okay. It should come up there. Okay. So it already has my information in this. So all I need to do today is put in my amount. But if you've done this, if you haven't done this before, when you first put in that number and hit the text button, it's going to pop up and ask you some questions. Okay? So I'm putting in
It will.
See, it says thank you, gave $200.
Okay. Huh? Thank you. It's perfect. Yes, very simple. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, David. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we do have a couple celebrations.
Good, great. You continuing?
One is that the mic didn't break when I knocked it off.
Yoo-hoo! Yay!
Yeah, so, and I'm sure Terry's at home laughing at.
That's what wives are for. That's what we do.
So we have some birthdays this month. On April the 7th, Vicki Cantrell had a birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Vicki.
I didn't know this till after I got home last week. Last Sunday was Aaron Haskins' birthday.
Oh, Aaron! Woo! Yay!
Yeah, I was given the information when it was too late.
That's all right.
Happy
Now
week
we know
late.
for next year.
Okay, and then on the 21st, which is in a couple days, Frankie Andrew has a birthday.
All right. Hi, Frankie. Hope you're watching.
And a couple more things. Just talking about our members and how kind and
Yes.
generous people are. So I was on the nextdoor.com and reading different posts and so forth. And somebody was asking about rent and that kind of stuff. Do people have to pay their rent where they get kicked out? Anyway, one of our members, Paul France, put on a post that they had lowered their renters' fee by $300 and given them a bag of groceries.
Beautiful.
Okay?
Beautiful.
And so,
Yes, that's
this is
just
just
wonderful.
what kind of people we have here.
Excellent.
And yesterday I was doing my wellness calls. I'm calling different people. And I was talking to Michael Ann Wright. And,
Oh, yeah, Michael.
And she was in the process of finishing 75 masks that she is sewing to give to the medical people.
Exactly. And
So
we know our own
this
Pat
is
is
the
sewing
kind
them
of,
as well.
there's all kinds of things that
Yes.
people can do.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Just as a reminder.
Yeah.
Any other?
Yeah, so what else I wanted to just to remind you all that we do have our Lunch and Love on Tuesdays at noon. So I send out this afternoon when I get back in, you'll get an email from a newsletter in your email telling you the Zoom connection. But it's always the same one. So if you've ever been, just use the same connection that you have. And join us for that. We're just checking in with one another, just trying to stay connected as best we can. And of course, we have the Foundations class at 6 p.m. on Thursdays. Again, I send out a newsletter on Tuesday nights to remind you of what's happening on Thursday. Also, I do want to share with you some sad news. Maybe you've seen it, but I want to make sure that you all know that our dear John Morton passed away on April the 1st, was it? April 1st? April 2nd. Unfortunately, we did not know that he was that ill. We knew that he was ill. We didn't know he was that ill. And but his sister called Venice, and she shared that news with us this week. So just keep the family in your prayers. We miss and mourn his loss. He was a huge and beautiful light in this church. So just want to say that. And I think that's it. Anyone else? Any other?
So if you want a prayer,
Yes.
call the Harmony phone number, and then Jim will funnel your request to one of the chaplains.
Correct.
And the chaplain will get with you.
Right. And also want to let you know that our flowers this month, do my little Vanna White thing. Oh, and you too, Vanna? Two Vannas. Our flowers were donated by Carla Kessler this month. So thank you. We're still doing that. We put them up here so that you guys can see them out there in your home. So if there's nothing further, we will do our closing song. Are we ready for that? All right. And our closing song is today, what is it? I Choose Love. All right. All right. We invite you to sing along with us.
Stand and wave
Yeah,
your
just
arms, get some exercise.
Act like we're holding hands. Peace in my life is flowing because I choose love. Love's always present is what we're made of. I choose love. We are no part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing
great week.
Have a great week.
Practice kindness. Reach out to people.
Stay connected.
Wear your mask.
You cut us off? All right. You cut us off.
Physical distance, not social. I can be social.
Oh, we're finished. He cut the film. So we